The Oval Office, May 21, 2025. A room known for diplomacy becomes the scene of a tense, orchestrated ambush. U.S. President Donald Trump confronts South African President Cyril Ramaphosa with explosive and widely discredited claims of a white genocide in South Africa. Dimmed lights, cue the video, accusations fly, tensions escalate. But President Ramaphosa doesn't flinch, calm, stoic, and with a quiet warning, he draws a line. A spunt original documentary, investigative report. South African President Cyril Ramaphosa arrived in Washington hoping to thaw frosty relations. His tools? Trade talk, diplomacy, and oddly enough, golf. The delegation included billionaire Johann Rupert and two white golfing legends, Ernie Els and Retief Goosen, meant to charm the golf-loving Trump. But Ramaphosa walked into a trap choreographed with stage lighting, videos, news clippings, and a narrative rooted in conspiracy, not facts. Donald Trump's allegation was clear. White farmers in South Africa are being systematically killed. He called it genocide. To support his claim, he played a video showing controversial South African politician Julius Malema singing "Kill the Boer," an anti-apartheid chant many consider inflammatory. Then came the theatrics. Lights dimmed, images flashed. White crosses, grainy footage, some allegedly from South Africa, others from the Democratic Republic of Congo. One of the images Trump claimed showed the burial of white farmers was actually from a conflict in the DRC, completely unrelated. Another, a protest cross display from 2020, not grave sites. Even conservative agricultural groups in South Africa admit the figures don't support genocide. Since 1990, around 2,300 farm-related murders have been reported across all racial groups. In 2024 alone, over 26,000 people were murdered in South Africa. Only 44 were linked to farms. In one of the most surreal scenes in modern diplomacy, Trump points at Ramaphosa and says, "When they take the land, they kill the white farmer." Ramaphosa's reply? Measured, quiet, but pointed. That is not government policy. There is criminality in our country. The majority of murder victims are black. Trump interrupts. "The farmers are not black," he says. Ramaphosa counters. "If there was Afrikaner farmer genocide, I can bet you these three gentlemen would not be here," gesturing toward the white South Africans in his own delegation. The exchange was tense, public, televised, and deeply revealing of both leaders' priorities. This was not Trump's first ambush. Just months earlier, he berated Ukrainian President Zelensky in the same room, demanding gratitude for U.S. support. That meeting ended with Zelensky and his team asked to leave. This time, Ramaphosa stayed cool. No outbursts, no raised voice. He refused to dignify disinformation with a shouting match. His calm even became a meme back home. One user posted, "Cupcake can't even contain his laughter." But behind that grin was a strategy and a warning. South Africa's controversial land reform law, signed earlier this year, does allow land expropriation without compensation, but only under strict conditions and with legal recourse. No land has been seized yet. The law aims to address apartheid-era injustices, where a white minority held vast land while the black majority was displaced. Even today, white South Africans, about 7% of the population, still control more than 70% of agricultural land. Trump sees it as persecution. South Africa sees it as restitution. Observers say the deeper issue may lie beyond farmland. Trump's administration has clashed with South Africa over its genocide case against Israel at the ICJ. South Africa has criticized the U.S.'s foreign policy, and Trump doesn't take kindly to criticism. Ramaphosa's quiet but firm pushback sent a message. South Africa is no longer a vassal state, and it won't dance to Washington's tune even when baited with global humiliation. Back in South Africa, reactions were mixed. Some praised Ramaphosa's composure. Others asked why he walked into the Oval Office at all. He played the role of a defender. He never escalated. He knew the trap and walked out unharmed. Meanwhile, Trump's domestic supporters saw it as validation of their worldview. Persecution, conspiracy, white victimhood. For them, this wasn't a diplomatic failure. It was a cultural victory. Ramaphosa's final words didn't come as a roar. They came as a warning. South Africa won't be intimidated by selective outrage, nor manipulated by false narratives. Translation: bring facts, not theater, or you'll find South Africa still standing when the lights come back on. Ramaphosa, sitting in a chair next to Trump and remaining poised, pushed back against his claims. If there was Afrikaner farmer genocide, I can bet you these three gentlemen would not be here, Ramaphosa said, referring to golfers Ernie Els and Retief Goosen and billionaire Johan Rupert, all white, who were present in the room. That did not satisfy Trump. We have thousands of stories talking about it, and we have documentaries. We have news stories, Trump said. It has to be responded to. There is just no genocide. Ramaphosa mostly sat expressionless during the video presentation, occasionally craning his neck to look at the screen. He said he had not seen the material before and that he would like to find out the location. The extraordinary exchange, 3 months after Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance upbraided Ukraine's Zelensky inside the same Oval Office, could prompt foreign leaders to think twice about accepting Trump's invitations and risk public embarrassment. Unlike Zelensky, who sparred with Trump and ended up leaving early, the South African leader kept his calm, praising Trump's decor. The president has outfitted the Oval Office with gold accessories, and saying he looked forward to handing over the presidency of the Group of 20 next year. Trump declined to say whether he would attend the G20 meeting in South Africa in November. Later in the meeting, Rupert, the business tycoon, stepped in to back up Ramaphosa, saying that crime was a problem across the board and many black people were dying too. Following the meeting, Ramaphosa sought to focus on trade, telling reporters the two countries had agreed to discuss critical minerals in South Africa. His trade minister said the government had submitted a trade and investment proposal that included buying liquefied natural gas from the U.S. But the president also flatly denied Trump's allegations about a wave of racial violence against white farmers. If you value independent journalism, subscribe now. Share this video. Let facts travel farther than fear.